6 Side effects of too much vitamin D. Vitamin D is extremely important for good health. It plays several roles in keeping your body's cells healthy and functioning the way they should. Most people don't get enough vitamin D, so supplements are common. However, it's also possible, although rare, for this vitamin to build up and reach toxic levels in your body. This video discusses 6 potential side effects of getting excessive amounts of this important vitamin. Deficiency and toxicity. Vitamin D is involved in calcium absorption, immune function, and protecting bone, muscle, and heart health. It occurs naturally in food and can also be produced by your body when your skin is exposed to sunlight. Yet, aside from fatty fish, there are few foods rich in vitamin D. What's more, most people don't get enough sun exposure to produce adequate vitamin D. Thus, deficiency is very common. In fact, it's estimated that about 1 billion people worldwide don't get enough of this vitamin. Supplements are very common, and both vitamin D2 and vitamin D3 can be taken in supplement form. Vitamin D3 is produced in response to sun exposure and is found in animal products, whereas vitamin D2 occurs in plants. Vitamin D3 has been found to increase blood levels significantly more than D2. Studies have shown that each additional 100 IU of vitamin D3 you consume per day will raise your blood vitamin D levels by 1 nanogram per milliliter, 2.5 nmol/L, on average. However, taking extremely high doses of vitamin D3 for long periods may lead to excessive buildup in your body. Vitamin D intoxication occurs when blood levels rise above 150 nanograms per milliliter, 375 nmol/L, because the vitamin is stored in body fat and released into the bloodstream slowly. The effects of toxicity may last for several months after you stop taking supplements. Importantly, toxicity isn't common and occurs almost exclusively in people who take long-term, high-dose supplements without monitoring their blood levels. It's possible to inadvertently consume too much vitamin D by taking supplements that contain much higher amounts than are listed on the label. In contrast, you cannot reach dangerously high blood levels through diet and sun exposure alone. Below are the 6 main side effects of too much vitamin D. 1 Elevated blood levels. Achieving adequate levels of vitamin D in your blood may help boost your immunity and protect you from diseases like osteoporosis and cancer. However, there isn't agreement on an optimal range for adequate levels. Although a vitamin D level of 30 nanograms per milliliter, 75 nmol/L, is typically considered adequate, the Vitamin D Council recommends maintaining levels of 40 to 80 nanograms per milliliter, 100 to 200 nmol/L, and states that anything over 100 nanograms per milliliter, 250 nmol/L, may be harmful. While an increasing number of people are supplementing with vitamin D, it's rare to find someone with very high blood levels of this vitamin. One recent study looked at data from more than 20,000 people over a 10-year period. It found that only 37 people had levels above 100 nanograms per milliliter, 250 nmol/L. Only one person had true toxicity at 364 nanograms per milliliter, 899 nmol/L. In one case study, a woman had a level of 476 nanograms per milliliter, 1,171 nmol/L, after taking a supplement that gave her 186,900 IU of vitamin D3 per day for 2 months. This was a whopping 47 times the generally recommended safe upper limit of 4,000 IU per day. The woman was admitted to the hospital after she experienced fatigue, forgetfulness, nausea, vomiting, slurred speech and other symptoms. Although only extremely large doses can cause toxicity so rapidly, even strong supporters of these supplements recommend an upper limit of 10,000 IU per day. 2 Elevated blood calcium levels. Vitamin D helps your body absorb calcium from the food you eat. In fact, this is one of its most important roles. However, if vitamin D intake is excessive, blood calcium may reach levels that can cause unpleasant and potentially dangerous symptoms. Symptoms of hypercalcemia. Greater than or high blood calcium levels include digestive distress, such as vomiting, nausea, and stomach pain, fatigue, dizziness, and confusion, excessive thirst, frequent urination, The normal range of blood calcium is 8.5 to 10.2 mg per deciliter, 2.1 to 2.5 mmol/L. In one case study, an older man with dementia who received 50,000 IU of vitamin D daily for 6 months was repeatedly hospitalized with symptoms related to high calcium levels. In another, 2 men took improperly labeled vitamin D supplements, leading to blood calcium levels of 13.2 to 15 mg per deciliter, 3.3 to 3.7 mmol/L. What's more, it took a year for their levels to normalize after they stopped taking the supplements. 3. Nausea, vomiting, and poor appetite. Many side effects of too much vitamin D are related to excessive calcium in the blood. These include nausea, vomiting, and poor appetite. However, these symptoms don't occur in everyone with elevated calcium levels. One study followed 10 people who had developed excessive calcium levels after they had taken high-dose vitamin D to correct deficiency. 4 of them experienced nausea and vomiting, and 3 of them had a loss of appetite. Similar responses to vitamin D megadoses have been reported in other studies. One woman experienced nausea and weight loss after taking a supplement that was found to contain 78 times more vitamin D than stated on the label. Importantly, these symptoms occurred in response to extremely high doses of vitamin D3, which led to calcium levels greater than 12 mg per deciliter, 3.0 mmol/L. 4. Stomach pain, constipation, or diarrhea. Stomach pain, constipation, and diarrhea are common digestive complaints that are often related to food intolerances or irritable bowel syndrome. However, they can also be a sign of elevated calcium levels caused by vitamin D intoxication. These symptoms may occur in those receiving high doses of vitamin D to correct deficiency. As with other symptoms, response appears to be individualized even when vitamin D blood levels are similarly elevated. In one case study, a boy developed stomach pain and constipation after taking improperly labeled vitamin D supplements, whereas his brother experienced elevated blood levels without any other symptoms.